Cheers, man. Thank you for having me,
Yeah,
man.
of course, man. Thanks for being on.
Do these crazy things. I'm your puppet. Where do you connect them strings? Oh, wish that I could go. Release me on your troll. Release me from your circuit. Oh, I wish that I could go. Fly away from your stronghold. I need to find my puppet.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Proud to Present podcast. My name is Colton. My guest today is singer-songwriter Lee Perreira. What up, man?
What's up? How's it going?
Lee Perreira is a Phoenix-based artist, originally out of Long Beach County. You are a blues and soul artist, and new album. What you got to do? What's that got to do with my dreams?
Yeah, man. Super excited. Just came out in February.
Freaking killer album. Yep, 2018 is what I got on there. 15-song album, which is very refreshing in a world where everybody wants to give me
That was
one hits.
a thing. There's another local guy based out of Sedona now, Brandon Decker in Decker.
Yep.
I've known him for years and years, and we've had a lot of conversations. And he's all about staying present.
Yes.
So like having to put something out every year. So a lot of times he would put out an EP every year, 6, 7 songs. He's like, to him it's more important to just put something out.
Right.
I was coming from a different place. I'm about that now. So I'm gonna try to get back out to Tennessee this summer.
Nice.
But yeah, man, I'm old school, man. I wanted to put out an album.
A full album, and that's what it
Yeah.
is. Yep.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. And so where did you do that at?
Not Nashville.
Not Nashville. Okay.
Everybody here's Tennessee.
Yeah, they assume.
And it's, so you record in Tennessee? No, Chattanooga.
Nice.
A good friend of mine, Kyle Phelan, who wrote the song Puppet, we'll talk about.
Yep.
He recorded out there. I got to meet his producer, a dude our age, super humble guy, super connected. And even though me and Kyle sound differently, when I heard what he did with Kyle and I met him, I knew that he could do me. You know what I mean?
Right. Definitely. So how long did that take you to do? I mean, 15 songs. That takes a little longer. You know what I mean? How long did it take you to get that together?
Honestly, like about a year.
Nice.
It was about 5 or 6 trips out there.
Cool.
I knew about 5 or 6 songs that I definitely wanted on the record.
Okay.
I've been, knock on wood, like writing like crazy for the last like 3-4 years.
Yep.
And so I have about, after this album came out, about 90 songs that are not out.
Wow. Okay.
And so because of that, I kind of narrowed down to about 20. Like I said, 5 I knew I wanted, and then the other 20, 25. The first trip out there, I just played the songs. Like,
Right.
We just hung out. We sat right here, played the acoustic guitar, and the guy, Dran Michael, just be stomping his foot. He's like, yep, that one.
That
Oh, yeah, put that's going on the board.
Put it on the board.
Yeah. And so I was thinking at least 10.
Yep.
And it turned into, it's 14 songs, 15 tracks.
15 track. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, man, it's great. You can get that wherever you get your music. As I talk about later, we do have the Proud to Present playlist on Spotify. Usually, I pick 2 or 3 songs from the artists that I'm hanging out with. Usually, I have a bias. I just throw the couple that I'm really jamming to on there. Puppet is one of them. And with that, first of all, before we even get into the songs we're doing today, you got some talk box on the album.
Oh.
And that is
yes.
killer. That's
Yes.
freaking way killer.
And that's not me.
That's not you.
No.
But what I mean, even just to put that on your album, it's a killer sound. Is it some of the inspiration you've had for a long time? Is it something you guys put together
It's
in the
a
moment?
super cool story. I think somebody, if you don't know, you should definitely talk to, because he's about this life, like not necessarily the podcast, but the social media and different things he does. Mike Hill.
Okay.
He's a drummer. Played in tons of bands through years around town. Mike Hill, Paul Anthony, rhythm section. Mike Hill drums, Paul Anthony bass. They have social media all over, Rock Bottom Brothers, and I've known them for a while, and I've done some stuff like this with them, but how they do it,
Yeah, definitely.
And one time on Facebook, all of a sudden there's a video of this rhythm section song, and they just called it "The Best of New Times." It's just this instrumental thing, and it was Paul Anthony rocking this freaking talk box, and literally like right then on Facebook commented. I was like, I don't know what this is. Is this yours? Does anybody else want it? I want to write a song to it. Send, like,
Hell yeah.
and they were like, yeah. And so that's what I did. I took their main riff, which is that nasty riff,
Right.
and then I wrote the lyrics and a couple little chord changes to go with it. and that's what it's called. I mean, I didn't even change the name. Like
No, that's killer. Now, were they with you? One of the things I want to talk to you about is your YouTube channel. Lee Perreira on YouTube. Make sure you hit him there. There are some really cool covers on there. A lot of really cool stuff. One of the things I went straight to, I can't help but talk about, is that Buddy Guy.
Yeah.
YouTube jamming at Marquee Theater. Were they with you for that?
Yeah,
They were
that was
with. 'Cause I was thinking that's what I saw them with. So that's killer. What was that like? I mean, that's
phenomenal, man. There's a opportunity I got to open up for him. I played full band with the Rock Bottom Brothers, Mike Hill, Paul Anthony, and then an amazing guitar player around town who plays with tons of people, Sean Johnson, Jay Allen, and his name's Jason Johnson, phenomenal guitar player. So the four of us did it. We got to do a 30-minute set, played 6 songs. Definitely one of the top 1, 2, 3 moments of my professional career.
right, right.
Got a standing ovation from the crowd. The guy, the sound tech, Chris for Buddy Guy, was standing off the side, and he's like, man, that was awesome. You guys were really great. And I was like, thank you so much. I was like, what are the chances you think I could sit in with Buddy, you know? And he was like, probably a better chance than you think. And he's all, man, this is going online, so I got to make sure like I don't say nothing bad or nothing. But he said you got to talk to Max. Max is Buddy's manager.
Okay.
He's a big white guy wearing a Chicago Cubs jersey. I said, okay. So I look around, I see this guy. Chris, the sound tech, introduces me. Guitar tech, actually, Buddy's guitar tech. And Max wasn't very friendly.
Okay, right, okay.
Max looked at me coldly and said, "But Buddy don't let nobody sit in with him that he don't know." And I said, "Okay, cool. You know,
Understandable. Thank you for the. Thank you
honored
for
to
the.
be here.
Yeah.
Anyway, maybe I could just meet him and say hello. You know, thank him." He said, "Follow me." So I follow him to the dressing room. We get to the door. He stops at the door. He turns around and says, "You wait here." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
So then, I don't know, maybe 60 seconds go by. A few people come out. Max opens the door, and he looks at me. I look at him. Nothing said. And then he goes, "Well, you going to come in?" I was like, waiting. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I'm just thankful to be here. I'm on
Yeah.
hollow ground.
So I come in, and it's, Max just standing at the door. Buddy sitting down. Buddy invited me to sit down. He's 89 at the time. I think he's 90 or 91 now. Sat down, and I went to, thank him. I was like, thank you. It's such an honor. He's like, come on, man. I want to hear that. Come on, sit down. I sat down. We chatted for a minute, and I just got super lucky that there was a moment of connection. So he said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Long Beach." And he said, "Oh," he's like, "John Lee Hooker's from Long Beach." And I said, "Oh, dang." I'm like, I got to see John Lee Hooker just before he passed. I go, the only song that he stood up for the whole time he sat down, I go, he stood up for about 10 seconds during Boogie Chillin'. And Buddy goes, "Oh, man. Boogie Chillin's the first song I ever learned on the guitar." And I was like, dang.
You struck a chord right
Dude,
there.
so
Oh
lucky.
my gosh.
And so then I just went, I said, right then, I was like, Buddy, I've got front 2 rows full of family and friends. You think there's any way I could sit in with you on a song? And Buddy goes, "I don't give a shit. Let's do it." I turned to Max and I said, "Hey, Max, can you take a picture of us?"
Yeah. Can you take a picture of this? And you heard that, right? I'm coming on stage. Like,
Yeah. So he pulled me up, and it just keeps getting better, man. He told me, I think he played from 9 to 10:30. And he said at 10, an hour in his set, he said, just come back up to the stage by the guitar tech, Chris. And he's like, and I'll wave you on. So, right around then, I got over there, I got my all tuned up, waved me on. And it's funny, I really want to try to keep it short because we got other stuff to talk about too, but it's just so funny.
no, keep going.
I don't ever really get nervous. Like my whole life, there's been 1 or 2 times I ever got nervous and never really do. About a week before the Buddy Guy show, I was envisioning playing with him. And
Keep that mic close.
I was envisioning playing with him. And all of a sudden, I started like stress sweating. I was like, what if he invites me up? What if I don't know the key of the song? And he turns to me and he's like, solo, and I sound horrible. Like, oh my God. And then I was like, I can't think about it. And so, we'll go back just a touch. The keys player for Buddy, as he was coming up and I was going off, he's like, "Hey man," he's like, "that was really awesome." He's like, we on the road all the time. People open up for us all the time. He's like, "it's not awesome all the time."
Right.
He's like, "that was cool." And I was like, "well, thank you, man." I'm like, "that was all original music." He's like, well, "even cooler."
Yep.
So I felt connected to him. So I was like, "oh, I can ask him." I'll be like, "wait, what key is it?"
Yeah, yeah.
So I get up there, standing up there, buddy invites me up, about to start a song, and I turn to the keys player and I say, his name's Marty, and I say, hey, Marty. I was like, what key's this song in? He's like, oh, man, we don't know. He's like, we don't even have no set list, man. He's like, well, Buddy just plays and we just follow. And I was like, oh, man. So we started playing. I figured out quickly it was in A, thank God. And, typical Buddy fashion, man, he's playing, and he just goes like this. He goes, well, if you're going to play that thing, now's the time. And I did my thing, and the rest is history,
Please do yourself a favor and go watch that video, Lee Perreira with Buddy Guy at Marquee Theater. That is absolutely incredible.
What's that got to do with my dreams? What's that got to do with my dreams? Tuesday morning, open my eyes. Coffee table, ain't no surprise. Still that pile of bills, and it's weighing on me. I miss my youth, I felt carefree. Southwest gas and a city tax. Paying back student loans in the IRS. Verizon bill, APS. Minimum payment, top of enslavement. Citizens content to just be one of the sheep. No longer uses the eyes to see. What's that got to do with my dreams? What's that got to do with my dreams? When life tries to take away everything that means everything to me, what's that got to do with my dreams? Next morning, no time to digest a leaky water pump, a failed emissions test. Every day gets harder, trying to stay above water. There's a cracked tube in my blues, Junior. Every day something break, the dollars get fewer. There's a rumor that the future is it's going down. What's that got to do with my dreams? What's that got to do with my dreams? When life tries to take away everything that means everything to me, what's that got to do with my dreams? How much flesh will they take before casting me away? My soul's been pushed overboard, you know it has, baby. There's a feeling you get when surrounded by carnivores, and your money's all gone, but there's still things to pay for. What's that got to do with my dreams? What's that got to do with my dreams? What's that got to do with my dreams? I said, what's that got to do with my dreams? Oh, babe, I said, when life tries to take away everything that means everything to me, what's that got to do with my dreams? I said, what's that got to do with my dreams?
So another thing about you that pops up really wherever you go is being a marathon runner. You do the whole marathon thing as well. What is that like? I mean, obviously keeping your body healthy for sport, but as well for music. What is that like? Is that hard to do? Is your body just bounce to
As
it?
far as like staying healthy, I feel like it's like Pulp Fiction. It's like Samuel Jackson, like my girlfriend is vegetarian, makes me a vegetarian.
Right.
I'm a little bit cooler than that, but I support my lady. But she's got
Yes.
me eating organic and eating healthy and living healthy, and I'm just honestly so much more productive. You know?
Definitely.
And then I would run, and just a flood of thoughts came one day. What if this record was about to come out? What if I ran a marathon then played? Oh, the rock and roll marathon's in January. I'm thinking about releasing in February. Like, oh, this work. And I hounded the rock and roll marathon people, like not aggressively or rudely, but just kept touching base with them.
Right.
I found out where the booking agency was. It happened to be in Scottsdale. I just went and I knocked on their door. Nobody was really there the first time I left the card. I went back on my birthday, November 30th, and was like, I'm here on my birthday. I will have this goal. I want to run a marathon and play on the main stage.
Yep.
Can we do it? And they were like, we just went over your stuff. Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And so did you you ran first and then played out later on the day?
I started running at 7:50 in the morning, 26.2 miles. I finished just after noon. It was like 12:10. It was like 4 hours and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 1 p.m., I was singing on the main stage right after Everclear.
Wow. And what was that? So what was that like with your body? I mean, were you worn down? I know with me, if I work out too far before playing, like even when my voice can kind of feel affected, I'm also not in very good shape, so that also affects me. But how did that affect you? Did you feel?
I got this weird thing, man. I'm sure you've experienced it too. There's been times I've been sick, maybe throwing up, had the flu, and then when you start playing, it's like you go to another place.
Yep.
So a lot of people before were asking me like, "Are you worried about it? Whatever?" I was like, "If I can get to the stage, I'm gonna be fine."
I'll be fine. Yep.
Yeah.
Open up your mouth, start singing. It's on.
And I mean, I had Stanley Serrano on bass, Miguel Melgo's on drums, Adam Armijo on guitar. We put in a couple of rehearsals. I mean, we're talking about like top-notch professional musicians. I mean, like, when that downbeat hit, it was on.
It was on. Yep. There was no marathon. It was time to rock.
Yeah.
That's
one
cool.
time, there was one moment, because I get into it, I'm moving around, where my legs like quivered,
Right.
and like I literally like felt like whoa.
Well, right. Like, oh man.
And literally, my drummer Miguel was like,
Give me some water. Give me some water.
my drummer Miguel was like, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
But I mean, I finished, and I mean, I'm back there changing and sweating, and my fiance's shoving peanut butter sandwiches and dates down my throat, and you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, 'cause I had like 44 minutes or something to like change and eat and like whatever, and my dad's trying to say hi, and I'm like, oh my god.
Wow. So what are you playing for us today?
So I'm gonna play the title track, "What's I Gotta Do with My Dreams." It was actually the last song I wrote before the record. It's crazy. I was gonna call the record "Born in the LBC," which is the first track.
Yep.
And then I wrote this song off of a rehearsal with the Rock Bottom Brothers. We were all just joking around a couple summers ago, or whenever it was. It was just horrible, bro. Like, my grandfather went in the hospital. It was August. We lost the AC in the house we were renting for like 9 days, battling with this. All of a sudden, there were ticks in the backyard, and it was just like
A mess.
a mess. We're sleeping in like the little side room with the wall air conditioner on an air mattress with 2 dogs, and just like
Just trying to survive. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's what that song's about. It's just that, like, despite I don't know, despite student loans, despite flat tires, despite
Just
broken
life,
tubes,
man.
like what's that got to do with your dreams?
Yeah, what's that got to do with it?
And then other song I'm gonna play is "Puppet."
Yep.
That was the first single off the record. The song's actually the only cover song on the record is "Puppet," written by my best friend Kyle Phelan,
Nice.
another local musician, and he recorded with the same producer in Tennessee. And when he went out to record, I've always loved the song, and I was wondering,
So good.
like, I wonder if he's gonna put it on the record, and he didn't. And so I just
Really?
blogged it, and what's so crazy is like we cover a lot of our friends. We all know each other's songs. We
Right.
play together now. So he's heard me cover it, and I was getting ready to go out there and do it, and he just goes, "Hey man, like, I don't know if you're thinking about it or whatever, but if you wanted to, record Puppet, I'd be honored if you did." I was like, "Dude, I was gonna ask."
You just saved me a nervous question.
And then like it became the first single.
There's something about where you look around. You don't see the thing until it's left you. And I wish I could describe. I wanna forget you. Well, it's been useless until now. You made me do this crazy thing. I'm your puppet. Where do you connect them strings? Oh, won't you let me go? Do you need so much control? Release me from your circus. Oh, I wish that I could go, fly away from your stronghold. I need to find my purpose. I wish I had the strength I need to leave. Used to have time for the fiddles, used to have time for guitar, but now it's strange when I drive around. It's on the passenger side of my car. Yes, I know I'm in trouble. I know some things they need to change. There's no right way of saying I love you, baby, cause you're completely invading my space. You made me do these crazy things. I'm your puppet. Where do you connect them strings? Oh, wish that I could go. Release me on your control. Release me from your circuit. Oh, I wish that I could go, fly away from your stronghold. I need to find my purpose. I wish I had the strength I need. I said I wish I had the strength I need. Won't you let me go? Do you need so much control? Release me from your circus. I said no, I wish that I could go. I'm gonna fly away from your stronghold. I need to find my purpose. I wish I had the strength I need. I said I wish I had the strength I need, baby. Gonna cut them strings. Gonna cut them strings. I'm gonna cut them, baby. Gonna cut them strings. Gonna cut them strings. I'm gonna cut them, baby.
Few things about Lee show schedule. Go to his website, leeperreira.com. Go to Facebook. I noticed at the beginning of the week, it looks like you usually post your schedule just as far as where you're going to be around.
Keyword usually.
Usually. Well, occasionally we'll use that just for kicks.
But always my website. If you go to my website, click on the shows. That calendar is absolutely up to date.
Any specific shows you want to mention?
No.
Keep an eye on you.
You
Cool.
know what? When is this coming out?
I think like the 4th.
The 4th. No. Okay.
All right, we're good. So in closing, make sure you check out Lee Perreira wherever you get your music. He's on iTunes, Spotify, really anywhere you can get your music.
I got one more thing.
One more, give it to me.
So been launching a radio campaign.
Okay.
And it's a 3-month campaign. I've known these guys for years. They're based out of Minnesota, and So they have all these contacts that really love the record, and they send it out to a bunch of radio stations across the United States, more independent college type radio stations.
Nice.
So currently, I'm on 81 stations across the U.S. right now.
Woo! Yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah. So please make sure you go follow Lee wherever he's at online, and then come out to a show, come out and see him. Once again, as I mentioned at the beginning, the Proud to Present playlist is on Spotify. I'm gonna throw a couple tracks on there. As we say in closing every week, do something to make the world better. Ultimately, you have the choice. You can sit back and talk about how it's not right or how it's not changing, but ultimately, all you can do is change your behavior and move forward. Hope you have a great week. Hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next week.